Recording stopped. Bonani. Is there no bell here which we can ring? Don't we have a bell here? Yeah. Because we are now eating your time, Honorable Nhlanhla. Is it your time or Cameron's time? Yeah. No, Cameron has requested me that today is his payday. Yeah. You can't. I'm granting him. Yeah. No, he has requested me, and he has made a reasonable request. You guys who are afraid to go home, you go home at 12 hours, 5 a.m. in the morning. I can't allow that. I can't allow that. No, he says he told when he came here, he came to give me a report that we are going to start with the questions. Mr. Nkabinde. It's now 20 minutes after 4.
Recording in progress.
We're going to run until 20 past 7. So it means by 20 past 7, we would have taken 6 speakers. Is it very clear? By 20 past 7, we would have taken 6 speakers. And then we are going to start with Honorable Sokanyile, followed by Honorable Cameron. We are swapping Honorable Cameron with Honorable Nhlanhla because today is the anniversary. Honorable Cameron has an anniversary today. So it's a very important day for him. And as the chairperson, who has seen many anniversaries, I must also take this opportunity and congratulate Honorable Cameron in one of his many anniversaries. Yeah, it's not easy to achieve that milestone. Yeah, so it's very, very important day for you. We celebrate with you, Honorable Cameron, and we want to wish you many more peaceful anniversaries. Thank you so much. Enjoy this moment. Je moet elke oomblik van die dag ontmoet, meneer. Honorable Souls, I see your hand is up.
Yes, Chair. Maybe I must also say, firstly, happy anniversary, Masakan.
Yeah.
And then just on a point of procedure, Chair, I thought it would be apt for me to raise it before we start here now. Honorable Mates raised a very important thing before we went for break. we know that you are human, so whenever you leave, we understand. But for two occasions now, yesterday and today, when the chair has left the building, then there was a robust exchange between whoever's questioning and the witness. And then there's no one to preside.
Yeah.
So I think perhaps we should decide on what happens when chair is not here. And obviously Honorable Nhlanhla has proactively taken the position to do so. If that's the case, then let's put it on the record so that we know that it runs smoothly when we go next time. Especially, I mean, it's part of the rules, section 159 as well. So I just thought I should raise that. Thank you, Chair.
Bonani has brought it to my attention. We don't need any decision. What we must just do is that if I go out, honorable members must no longer do what they do in my absence. No, I'm just joking, honorable source. I think you are raising a fair point, which if honorable members have a suggestion, I don't think it's something we can subject it to an election. Just, honorable members can just say, we suggest that in the event you have to respond to certain processes. So and so can be standing in. Yeah.
No, I think, Chair, the brightest in the room should do so. And clearly, Honorable Nhlanhla is the brightest in the room. And he's been proactive. When you went here, he jumped and presided and brought order. So from myself, I think he should continue. Thank you, Chair.
Okay. Any further comment? Thank you so much for your understanding, honorable members. Honorable Nhlanhla, you are the deputy referee or the deputy umpire in this game. So you are not an elected deputy. Yes, you are a deputy who does his work, at the behest of the chair. If I go out, I may decide not to. Yeah, but if I'm not here and there is a need for that guidance, you can just quickly come in and steer the ship. Not steer, but serve. Yeah. Thank you so much, honorable members. It's 25 minutes past. It's up to 25 minutes past 7. So it's 3 hours exactly. Honorable Sokanyile, your time starts now. Mr. Cedrick Nkabinde, good luck to you and Honorable Sokanyile.
Thank you very much.
30 minutes on the dot.
Oh, thank you very much, Chairperson.
Yeah.
But Chairperson, if maybe 5 or 2 minutes are left, I donate them to Kola, not to Honorable Cameron.
You are wasting
Keep those
you are
minutes.
wasting your time. Because that clock is ticking. It's not
say that up front.
Yeah, but the clock is ticking.
Thank you very much. Mr. Nkabinde, can we look at your statement on paragraph 25? 25, it's on page 12. I'm taking the initial statement, not the supplementary one, whereby you indicate that your findings show that the hawks were being used for political things interfering on the matter That's your findings. Can you share with this ad hoc committee your findings that led to the conclusion that you had about the Hawks having to interfere with your findings?
The Hawks never interfered with my findings, but during my investigation and those several interviews, were that reopening of a case which was declined 5 years ago. What was the valid reason? So that what I got, that it's a political interference. That was a pressure from externally. But the political interference, that's what I gathered. To the Hawks, yes. I paid through my report. This was our recommendations that if indeed there are reasonable reasons to reopen a case, these are the legal steps you need to follow. It was outlined in the report, so that they are not reopening it based on any pressure from outside. There is nothing wrong to reopen a case, but just follow the law.
Okay. On paragraph 28, that is again on page 12, you indicate that you had a misunderstanding with the executive director based on the report that you filed with the former minister, Bekicel, which was leaked to Mr. McBride. That is in 2018. What did this report relate to?
The report relates to a several number of unethical conducts against the then executive director, Robert McBride, in colluding with Mr. Paul O'Sullivan. In fact, I was reporting, I'm working with them, and I'm reporting what is happening. Then if I go to details, I will have to look at it.
Then did that cause you to leave your work?
Yes, because McBride was so angry that I reported him.
You're afraid of him?
No, he
McBride.
suspended me. He placed me on suspension.
He placed you on suspension.
Yes.
And there were charges that were instituted against you.
Yes.
And then you felt being victimized. Is that so?
That's correct.
Then again, you are saying that on paragraph 29, on the day of the disciplinary hearing, you were offered a settlement agreement, and you accepted that. Why did you accept that instead of correcting that dirtiness that was happening? Because if you're saying that there was a report that you produced and that showed many dirty things. Why did you have to take a settlement that was offered?
This was the option available to me since I did not enjoy any protection. Like for instance, when I was suspended, the reasons for my suspension and the reason of why I have to be disciplined was about the report that I did, of which for me, it was in contravention with the Protectors Disclosure Act. Then I reported almost everywhere that I reported unethical conduct. Now I'm being victimized and I'm going to be dismissed. I reported it to the public protector. I reported it to the portfolio committee on police. I reported it to the minister again, the very same minister whom I gave the report. Then I say, now the report that I gave you, I'm now suspended. I'm now subjected to victimization. What the then former minister did, he wrote a letter. I do have that letter. He wrote a letter to McBride that he must stop the imminent suspension of Cedrick Nkabinde. The matter now is in his table, of which he disregarded the former minister as well. He proceeded with the discipline. I got a response from a public protector. They wrote to him and copied me that Mr. Nkabinde lodged a complaint of occupational detriment, that now he reported these things, now you are suspending him. We request you to put the disciplinary in abeyance until we finalize investigation. He also disregarded that. He proceeded. Then I wrote to the portfolio committee on police. Then the portfolio committee on police responded to me that they are an oversight body, they can't get into those labor issues. So I was left like that. Now you are facing a disciplinary of which you already know it's a concocted trump-up charges against you. And you sure you are going to be dismissed, whether you're right or wrong. And then this is an offer.
What is that offer?
This is now an offer. During the disciplinary hearing, before we even commence with the disciplinary hearing, McBride arrived in that venue. He came and stopped the hearing and proposed the settlement agreement. That
How much? He gave you how much?
No. The offer was that we are going to withdraw all charges against you. We are going to withdraw. We're going to stop all this thing. You must resign. Let us part ways. So that was an offer. Then I must also withdraw all my occupational detriment complaints. I think they were all over, my complaints.
The offer was one-sided. You must resign.
Yes.
And then in turn of your resignation,
we withdraw against you.
Then that it's you who was wrong then, who was on the wrong side of the law, if they are saying that. Because if you're saying that the report, it had an impact to McBride, but now their settlement offer, it's saying that you must resign, then they're going to drop everything. Why? Can't you see that it was one-sided and you'll be seen as a person who was wrong?
It's not one-sided because the settlement agreement has nothing to do with the report.
Uyanisitha ke ngoku.
The settlement agreement had nothing to do with the report. The only things that I had to withdraw is those occupational detriment victimization complaints that I'm now suspended. So, but my report, even today, my report stands.
So you knew that going to the disciplinary hearing, you'll be dismissed.
I know, because this is their chairperson. I knew I was going to be dismissed. But now to allow me to resign and you withdraw cases, I can still find another job.
And indeed, your report was used.
Yes,
The moment you were gone, it was used against my pride,
yes.
not renewing the contract. Are you saying that? Is this what you are saying? That the former minister, Bekicele, used the report that you had with your findings against McBride. It was used, not his contract being renewed.
Yes, it was used. I was already left by then, but it was used.
Okay. Then on paragraph 33, page 13, you are outlining the circumstances surrounding you and Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi visiting the minister at Mpangeni, Minister Mkhunu. You are saying that you were requested by Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi to go to visit the minister at Mpangeni. And yet, when Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi was here, he told this ad hoc committee that it is you who requested him to accompany to the minister's homestead. What are you saying about that?
Chair, I never said General Mkhwanazi, he requested me to go and see Minister Mkhunu. I never said that. What I said, General Mkhwanazi requested me to accompany him to Mpangeni area. Then once we were there, then I suggested that we go past the minister because it's the same location. I took him to the minister.
You are saying that you are going to Mpangeni, not to the minister's homestead.
Yes, we were going there for our things.
Hence, you said on that day it was a boys out
That's it.
outing.
Yes, then I remember that we are in the same area as the minister, and it's been a while. I never saw him. Then I said, let's pass the minister.
So he's correct then to say that it's you who said you and himself must go to the minister's house.
That's correct. It's
So he's correct.
yes, it's correct.
Because on that day, on the first appearance of yourself here, it's a pity that we cannot play the recordings of that day. You said it is Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi, unless my hearing was not correct on that day, who said you must go to the minister.
I know, I never said like that. We were going, yes, we were going for our things. Then I'm the one said, it's been a while, let's go and pass.
I thought you even said it's you, it's Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi who came to you with the car, you were driving. I thought we were dramatizing that to show that indeed it was Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi who said to you, must go to there. when you are dramatizing, because you are dramatizing that on that day. Today, at least, you are not dramatizing issues. I'm happy about that. Can I say that? I'm happy about it. That's why I'm saying that it's, you were consistent to say it is Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi, but anyway, at the end, you are saying that whilst you were doing what you were doing at Mpangeni, then you went go via Minister Mkhunu. So what did you go? Just greetings, nothing else.
No, nothing else. We just spoke about general things. There was nothing to discuss about.
Even Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi didn't find a space to say, Minister, can we discuss other issues? Because I know the pain and the thorn on the flesh with Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi, it was the issue of the PKTT. He didn't say anything on that day about PKTT.
No, not really. Remember, the minister was a minister of water. They never been spoke
Oh,
about.
then he was the minister of
Never
water.
been spoke about.
Thank you
police.
for reminding me.
Yeah.
Thank you. He was the, but you wanted to introduce Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi of some sort to your friend. Because now Minister Mkhunu was your friend.
No, he's never been my friend.
Oh, Kalu. On page, what is this page? On page, it's paragraph 26. Paragraph 26, yeah. Page 12. Whereby, let me look at it. Page 12. Yeah, paragraph 26. You are saying that in another meeting you exchange phone numbers. That's good. But now in paragraph 26, you are saying that Minister Mkhunu and I continued to have a relationship after that investigation, which over the year developed.
It does not make us friends.
Oh, because to me, by saying that, I'm saying that it developed to the extent that you became the chief of staff in the office of the minister. It is because of that relationship that developed after you have exchanged phone numbers in one of the paragraphs and the report, but in 26, in your statement written by you, that relationship developed. When you say that a relationship developed, didn't it move to another level?
No, it does not make us friends.
If I may.
You want to say it developed without blossoming.
Because if you and the chief whip, your relationship develop, it goes, you become friends. I assume. Because if Mdu was a girl, it will develop to another level. So I'm looking at this one with the minister. It developed that the minister saw a chief of staff in you. Do you agree with me on that?
No, I can't agree. It has never developed to be friends.
It developed to be what? Because it's you have written, you left it hanging. That's why you are having conclusion.
No, it's never developed being friends. But now and again, we will then contact each other. Especially me, I will contact him.
You are saying that the directive of the 31st December 31st December. You know, when people are very much happy, we're busy in the office. And we're writing that directive. A directive maybe that has caused us to be having an ad hoc committee and a commission. And now, I just want to check. You were saying that the contents of that directive, they were written by you?
The content of
The directive
no,
of the 31st, that letter,
it was written by the minister.
they were written by the minister.
Yes.
Hence, you had again to send to the minister's private thing. You thought the minister didn't have that correspondence in that directive in his.
No, I copied him so that whatever response he will also receive. Because when a person responds to the trail email, he will also see.
You know, yesterday we had a lady here, Lady Mary de Haas. Lady Mary de Haas wrote a correspondence to the minister on the 31st October with the instruction to the minister to disband the PKTT immediately. Wara is saying all that. And the correspondence of the minister, they're having the exact words of the letter written by Mary de Haas. Is that a coincidence?
I never checked the content of Mary de Haas.
But the letters of the minister, they also come to you.
Of Mary de Haas, I never received a Mary de Haas letter. Maybe I was not the office.
Or the minister, that one, he had hidden it from you. Because Mary de Haas wrote to the minister to immediately disband the PKTT.
No, I never saw
But
that
the
correspondence.
words that are on the letter of Mary de Haas, those are the same words that are contained in the directive.
No, I never saw it. I can't comment.
That's why I'm telling you, it is because you didn't see it.
No, I never saw it.
Hence, it becomes a worry to us that someone who's not within the minister's office or working with subs, but to instruct the minister to disband the PKTT, it's worrisome. Thank you, Chair.
Five minutes. No, the next speaker is Honorable Cameron. No. You ended at your own volition. So can we move to Honorable Cameron? Honorable Cameron, your time starts now. It ends at 20 past 5. Let's move with speed and save time.
Can I start, Chair? Thank you, Chair. Mr. Nkabinde.
Yes.
I'm going to start with the McBride issue. A few thoughts. I was going to leave it for later, but I want to touch on this just because the previous honourable member asked it. While serving on the National Task Team for Special Investigations, were you ever approached by members of crime intelligence?
Not at all.
Were you ever offered any kind of a promotion at that stage, favour or benefit for making statements or affidavits against Mr. McBride?
Not at all.
Because that, the reason I'm asking it is that is the loose thread that's hanging around this thing. I'll come back to it now, but why do because interesting, after last week's blunder with the testimony, a lot of messages that we got said that several crime intelligence officers placed you at the center of this whole McBride campaign that was being run at that stage. Would you comment on that?
No, there was no such thing.
You produced a very damning report against Robert McBride. Do you still stand by that report?
Yes, I do.
But the Public Service Commission found that your allegations were entirely baseless. So if the PSC, do you see them as being part of some kind of a conspiracy, or was your report an attempt to smear an effective investigation?
My report has never referred to PSC.
But the PSC found it entirely baseless.
So they can't find that and don't give me a report as a complainant. It's the first time I hear it from you, honorable member.
Okay, I'll come back to it again. I want to ask in terms of IPID's charges against you. IPID charged you in failing to disclose the crime intelligence approach, apparently. Do you accept that there was a charge against you with IPID, from IPID?
Yeah, not that one. Not the one that you are referring to. I was not charged for that.
So what was the charge then?
The charge was me writing a report, and then in one line there they are saying I put the department into disrepute by giving out false allegation against the senior managers.
And then IPID allegedly also charged you with obstructing investigations regarding a 45 million rand iView cell phone grabber case. Would you do you concede to that?
No, I was part of investigation there.
Were you part of the investigation?
Yeah, that can't be me investigated.
No, I understand that, but the
it has never done.
information that we got was that they complained
that's
about
wrong
you.
information.
It's interesting. Why did you rather sought settlement instead of clearing your name?
I could not clear my name because there was the only option I had now when Mr. McBride is offering me the settlement.
But you approached them for the settlement.
No, he approached me for the settlement.
Not according to the statements that we saw. Jay, there's something very wrong here.
Statement from who?
From Robert McBride himself at that stage. The statement from back then.
No, that's not true. I don't have that statement.
Well, you would have seen it because
No, I
you
never
were a
saw it.
respondent in it.
I never saw it.
Well, I'm sure we can share
I
it.
don't know where you wrote that statement to who.
I'll share it with you. But Chair, maybe it's an option to invite Mr. McBride himself to then come and explain that, because according to his statement, you approached him for settlement and it wasn't the other way around. In fact, you approached Mr. McBride to resign, and then you instructed your lawyers to negotiate a settlement. The reasonable inference is that you then avoided a public process because it would expose your dealings with crime intelligence. Is that correct?
No, that's no such things. If there was such a thing, Mr. McBride will not agree to that. He will never. I know him. He will never if there was something like that.
So he wouldn't agree if you approached him for a settlement?
Yes, if it's based on those reasons, he would not agree.
But if you approached him and conceded that you had made a mistake and you said that you don't want to fight any further, would he concede? Would he agree to a settlement?
That will be then up to him.
The reason I don't understand this, Mr. Nkabinde, respectfully, there's a saying that says, strip a man of money or position and he can rebuild. Strip a man of his name and he has nothing. Surely with something like this, if someone questions your integrity to this point, you would do everything to clear your name. If it meant to go to court, do whatever you need to do, but simply conceding and moving on without actively clearing your name, don't you think that casts significant doubt on you?
No, it will cause a doubt on McBride as an executive director. Instead of dealing with a serious misconduct and decided to circle with a junior member.
It's very interesting. Mr. Nkabinde, I'm surprised that you haven't seen the McBride statement, Chair. I think that's something that we should consider and calling Mr. McBride, because I think it would give a lot of foundational information regarding Mr. Nkabinde in this process. In terms of your contradictions of the Mpangeni meeting and your appointment, Mr. Nkabinde, you describe yourself as a straightforward public servant, correct?
That's correct.
Let us test that. General Mkhwanazi testified under oath that you brokered the Mpangeni meeting with Minister Mkhunu. You say he did. So both cannot be true. Did you broker it, or did General Mkhwanazi broker it? Who's lying?
What do you mean broke for it?
Organized it, arranged it, planned it, scheduled it.
No one, both of us, planned it or arranged it. While we were there in the area, I'm the one who suggested that let us go past Minister Mkhunu.
So you arranged it?
Yes, so General Mkhwanazi is correct if he's saying, while we're there, I took him to Minister Mkhunu. He is right.
According to me, though, you said that he was the one that arranged it.
Not Minister Mkhunu, because he's never known, they never know each other.
Not Minister Mkhunu, General Mkhwanazi. You said that General Mkhwanazi was the one that arranged it. Never mind, we'll go on to the next one. I'll come back to it. You also testified that the minister had no list and that you were the only candidate for the chief of staff position in the minister's office. The minister testified that he interviewed multiple candidates. So again, who's telling the truth, you or the minister? Was there a list or was there not a list?
Minister can't interview anyone. He can't get involved in those processes.
So the minister doesn't get involved in any form of process regarding his own chief of staff?
No, he can't. The only involvement is to nominate. Then he leave everything to HR.
So can you explain the process that led to your appointment as the chief of staff to the Minister of Police?
The minister nominated me. Then the HR started the process whereby I was requested to write assessments, which it was 3 assessments. I also requested for my pre-screening fingerprints to check if I have any criminal records. Then they check they check my qualifications with SACA. They check my experience. Then they check the suitability. Then they recommended me.
And the minister testified that he interviewed multiple candidates. It's interesting that you say he's got nothing, that he's not part of the process at all. And you indicate you were the only one on the list.
For chief of staff, yes, but in different areas of positions, it was multiple people.
And on what basis do you think you were selected for the senior role? What assurances can you provide us that you operate independently? And we asked this to almost everyone. We asked it yesterday to Mr. Haas as well. How can you assure us that you're not being used to advance the agendas of others within or outside SAPS?
No, I got this position on merits. I do qualify in all ends with my experience and my qualifications, and I'm suitable for the job.
But I'm concerned, Mr. Nkabinde, and again, respectfully, General Mkhwanazi testified that you contacted him to ask him what the role of Chief of Staff entails. Did you?
No, I contacted...
So is he lying under oath?
I contacted General Mkhwanazi to inform him about the offer.
So he's lying?
I could not even ask him because he has never been a Chief of Staff himself. I could not ask him.
Well, he
know?
testified before this House that you contacted him to ask about the role of what the role of a Chief of Staff entails.
No, that's not correct.
Okay, so you say that General Mkhwanazi lied to us?
Yes.
Can you clarify whether you now fully understand the responsibilities and the scope of your role?
Yes, I do.
What steps have you taken since your appointment to ensure clarity on your duties? Have you done anything additional? Have you gone for a course? Have you learned anything? Have you spoken to other chiefs of staff? What have you done to ensure that you know what you're doing?
We are having regular meeting with all other chief of staff.
So you've been reported, and you said it to us today, that you schedule meetings for the minister, correct?
That's correct.
Can you explain why this task is performed by you personally? Is this not ordinarily the function of the minister's personal assistant or admin support staff? The reason I ask this is, how do you determine which engagements fall within your mandate versus that of other administrative staff?
With the schedule and calendar of the minister, we are meeting every week, and the PA, he knows which activities the minister will do, and my responsibility is to facilitate and communicate with other stakeholders. If it's going out now to coordinate, it's going through me, not the PA.
Then, may I ask, have you ever declined or questioned or challenged a request from the minister that you believe to be inappropriate, irregular, unethical, or unlawful?
No, I never come across with such an activity.
If not, then how do you ensure that you are not simply complying to every instruction? In other words, how do you guard against becoming a yes man in a role that requires independent judgment and advisory responsibility?
If at one stage I come across with such, I will engage the minister and advise him. I won't just simply do wrong thing. I will advise him.
And can you provide an example where you exercised some kind of independent judgment that differed from the minister's proposal or position?
Like even when we were busy with his diary, he will be now pushing for a certain meeting, but I can also use my overall leadership that as priorities, Minister, can we shift this one and put this one? Because I need to prioritize, because at the end of the day, I'm the overall supervisor in the office. I must make sure that we do prioritize, irrespective that minister wants this, minister wants that, minister wants that.
See, this is why I'm concerned, Mr. Nkabinde, is because that job, exactly what you just said, that's in the job description of the secretary. That's not the job description of the chief of staff. I have the benchmark with the chief of staff here in front of me, and it's certainly not that. I want to ask you about your relationship, the closeness of your relationships with both Minister Mkhunu and Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi. Can you elaborate on the nature of these relationships? We can start with General Mkhwanazi. Last time you spoke about boys' weekends where your wives shouldn't know what you do. But let's talk about that. Today, I get a different picture of the Mr. Nkabinde that sat before us last week in terms of your friendship with Mkhwanazi. So what kind of relationship do you have?
It's a very close relationship. In such a way that we discuss personal stuff, me and him. We visit each other. We even go to social gatherings together, social functions together if we are invited. So he is a very close person to me, General Mkhwanazi, in that sense.
And in terms of Minister Mkhunu?
In terms of Minister Mkhunu,
would you consider yourself friends?
No, he's not a friend.
How do you reconcile your description now, though, with what we've heard from General Mkhwanazi? What went wrong? Why would he say the things about you that he has? And I mean, you're sitting here on a public platform where you say that, for example, that he lied to us. I mean, that doesn't look like a solid friendship to me.
When that happened, I just had an inference that General Mkhwanazi was upset that I recorded him. That was an inference that why he's so upset. It's because how many things he discussed with me. So that means how many times I recorded him. So he took it very personal that a person who's very close to me and a person that I talk to him everything, he now recording me.
But do you blame him?
No, I don't blame him, but that's why I also had the justification why I recorded him.
I want to ask you a question. Did you leak the confidential PKTT disbandment letter written by Minister Mkhwanazi to Mr. Mkhwanazi or to Mr. Nhlanhla? So did you leak that to Mkhwanazi or Nhlanhla or any other unauthorized person?
Not at all. And moreover, I don't know Nhlanhla.
Were you acting as some kind of a political conduit at that stage? Did you ever pass any sensitive documents to advance any agenda of any kind?
Not at all.
And can you explain your involvement in preparing and revising that 31 December letter?
I was going to say, Chair, that is why I was saying to the Honorable Evidence Leader, even if it's inconvenient for search and seizure and all, but in a way I'm happy that at least the investigation will reveal the truth, whether you did something or not. Coming to, can you repeat I just got disturbed?
No, I just asked, can you explain your involvement in preparing, revising or handling the letter?
In preparing and revising of a letter, I was not involved at all. When the letter was drafted, we were not together with the minister. So I cannot even comment when he was drafting it, how he drafted it. I only got involved when he said, I've got a directive that I want you to forward to the National Commissioner. I only got involved there. And it means if it's not my job for administration work, probably it would have gone without even me knowing. It's just that it has to via me to do it.
Thank you, Mr. Nkabinde. What role did Advocate Pikoli play in redrafting or reviewing the letter?
He proofread it, and I can remember he had some inputs, which I can't recall now. He had some inputs where it was inserted before then the minister then okayed it, then I said.
Are there any of the changes that you can remember? Changes or can you remember any of the input?
I'm not sure whether there were anything talks to constitution or something, but it was in line with a minister's powers.
And how would you interpret the fact that someone with this kind of senior experience did not detect the alleged constitutional deficiencies in the initial draft? How would you interpret that?
In reference to Advocate Pikoli?
Yeah.
You know, after the letter was seen by him, you then have that confidence that a person with legal mind and a special advisor, he will advise the minister correctly. So there was absolutely nothing even for me to think further.
I think it would be good, Chair, if somehow, even if it's a written submission, to get clarity from Advocate Pikoli on that for the record. In terms of the recording of General Mkhwanazi, Mr. Nkabinde, you never informed General Mkhwanazi that he was being recorded, correct?
Yes, I never.
You deliberately hid the recording device from him? Or it was recorded over the phone? It wasn't a device?
It was a phone.
It was okay.
Yes.
Who authorized you to record the General?
No one authorized me. I took that decision.
So, explain to us again shortly, what was the purpose of it?
The purpose of the recording, I had a conversation with General Mkhwanazi on the 2nd of January when he was querying about the letter. Then he mentioned all other sorts of things that there will be fight back. If the minister is clean, we're going to dig him while he was a premier. It was those things that General Mkhwanazi alluded to me. Then on the 5th, General Mkhwanazi sent me a WhatsApp message the one that now is reflecting here in my statement. He forwarded me that message. Then I read it. Then he contacted me afterwards. He said to me, hey, you see what I got from Facebook? How do you think our conversation on the 2nd got outside? Because it was just two of us. Then I said, General, where do you get this thing? He said, I got it from Facebook. Then we started to deliberate. Do you think someone is listening to our phones? We were now deliberating. Then he said, hey, maybe someone is listening to us. That is when I come back to and say, hey, but General, I don't think someone was listening to us because the content of this message is not correct. If someone was listening to our conversation, surely he would never leave out that there will be fight back. He will never leave out that if the minister is clean, we're going to dig him. But all those things is not included here. In fact, I'm telling him on the recording, in fact, General, you did not say there will be a warrant of arrest. You never spoken anything about warrant of arrest, General. And again, you have never said the minister is a small boy. I can't remember you saying that. So what is going on now with this? And it's a conversation between two people. Now, I know for the fact, our conversation I never share with anyone. And it was a conversation between me and him. So now I started not to understand where does this message come from.
So you just recorded it and kept it for your own record?
Yes, that's okay. Let me record. In case something like this happen again, I will just show the recording.
But why did you previously then say, or Minister Nkunu said that he instructed you to record General Mkhwanazi because he was threatening you?
No, I was telling the sequence of event that after the 2nd, after our conversation on the 2nd with General Mkhwanazi, I informed the minister. Then the minister said, these are serious threats. You should consider recording him. That's what he said, the minister. But this time around in this one specifically, I'm not saying I would not comply with the suggestion of the minister at any stage. But this specific one, what prompted me is what General Mkhwanazi is giving me, which is now contradicting and distorted.
So is Minister Nkunu lying? Because Minister Nkunu said that the recording that we know about was because of him instructing you to record General Mkhwanazi.
No, he never instructed me. He gave an idea that you should consider recording him.
Immediately. So, if the purpose, let me rather ask of this. So the recording wasn't your idea, correct? It was the idea of Minister Nkunu.
Sorry?
Was the recording the idea of Minister Nkunu or was it your own idea?
No, it was my own decision.
See, again, discrepancy. That's not what Minister Nkunu testified before this House. So that's now the second discrepancy where Minister Nkunu or yourself or General Mkhwanazi or yourself, so you're contradicting each other here. The person who benefits from this recording is the minister, not you, correct?
No, it was me.
How, let's rather say, you can't prove that this is the full unedited recording, can you?
It's not full?
Unedited recording, can you?
I can prove because it's me who recorded it. It's not edited.
And you knew that secretly recording someone without consent is a privacy violation, correct?
I knew that I'm not breaking any law if I'm part of that conversation.
But you can't just record someone without them knowing.
Yes, but I know that I'm not breaking any law. If I'm part of that conversation, I can record for so many reasons.
That's very interesting. I would say at least under the Poppy Act, at least. I mean, why would an honest official need to unlawfully conceal and record someone?
Yeah, if you have a conversation with someone, just two of you,
Yeah, but this is your boys' weekend, Fred.
and all of a sudden, he's coming with the distorted
No,
information.
but this is your boys' weekend, guy. Like, you guys you're like brothers. The way you described it, when you do naughty things together. That's what you told us.
Yes, but that was another thing, that how come he's coming back to me with a wrong message?
But wouldn't you confront him with that first and discuss that with him instead of just
No,
recording
we
him for
discussed
backup's
it.
sake?
We discussed it. It was on record, but we were discussing it. That what do you think what is going on here? It's two of us. One of us leaked this thing, but my worry, the information is wrong. That was my only worry.
The information in
It's
the
wrong, yes. I don't want tomorrow, General Mkhwanazi said, he said something that he did not say, even himself, because this message contained things that General Mkhwanazi never said, even himself. So it's very dangerous now. When this thing it will now, as if I'm creating it, I want to have a bad name of Mkhwanazi. He's speaking, it's just two of us. And now the message comes back with the wrong information. What Mkhwanazi will think, he will think maybe it's me now, I'm lying, I'm exaggerating things that he never said.
Apologies for interrupting you. Why did you not previously tell us that that wasn't actually the recording then? Because what you're saying now, if I understand you correctly, is that the recording that we've heard part of is not actually an accurate recording. It's been altered. Is that correct?
It's not altered. The specific recording is not altered.
But you're breaking my brain here, because you just said that the one that he referred to that was on Facebook was not the real recording.
No, I'm not referring to the recording. He sent me a WhatsApp message purportedly to be our conversation on the 2nd, of which our conversation were not a correct version of this WhatsApp message, not a recording. On the 2nd, there's no recording.
I'm speaking about the recording, Mr. Nkabinde. I want to understand whether it was the original recording that was played on Facebook.
What do you mean on Facebook? It was even on Facebook. It was not a recording. It was a message. That's what he said. It's not a recording.
Yeah, I'm gonna conclude. I think we're going in circles at the moment. Mr. Nkabinde, I'm concerned. It's one thing to do something like this without a colleague knowing, behind his back. Even more so your boys' weekend guy. I think we must seriously consider and remember what else could potentially have happened. Do you understand the seriousness of this, the contradictions that we've heard today between what you say, what Minister Mkhunu says, what you say, and what General Mkhwanazi says? It literally contradictions between the three of you. Thank you, Chair.
Are you responding to the statement, Mr. Nkabinde, on the contradictions?
Sorry, Chair.
Are you responding to the statement on contradictions?
Yes, Chair, I can comment. I never contradicted with anyone. What I share to this committee, it's a correct version of what I know.
May I, Chair? I think it's just a closing comment, Mr. Nkabinde, and you can stand by that. It's absolutely your right. What I'm saying is there's a clear discrepancy between your version and the version of General Mkhwanazi, one. And there's a definite discrepancy, especially in terms of the recording of your version and the version of Minister Mkhunu. So you can stand by your version, 100%, but you're missing each other on it. And then maybe just the last point, if you share a recording like that with a third person, it becomes illegal. So it's good to remember that.
Okay. Thank you so much, Honorable Cameron, Mr. Cedrick Nkabinde. It is for the first time since we started with our proceedings, Honorable Cameron, that you exhaust all the time allocated to you. This is the anniversary spirit. Keep it up. Thank you so much. Who is taking the microphone? Honorable Nomvalo. Is it you, Honorable Nomvalo? Yeah. It's now 23 minutes past. Your time expires at 7 minutes before 6. Your time starts now.
No, thank you, Chair. No, maybe I must start by saying that with no attempt of trying to subvert the previous performance of the witness before us, but I think today is doing much better. I thought it's important that I make that statement.
Are you saying he has the helmet on his head?
Yeah. No, Mr. Nkabinde, you've been with IPIT since 2010, right?
Yes, correct.
I think you are going to be an asset to some of us because the obsession here is to drill down, and we want to trace back all these allegations so that we'll have an understanding of when they started to feature in the operations of SAPS. Now, when General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi was here, when he was describing your relationship, he said that you guys started to be close when you had problems at IPIT. Apparently, you applied for a post for which you were not appointed, and that's how you got close to each other. Can you say something about that? Is it true? Was it a true reflection of what you know? If you want to make some additions, you are free to do so.
It is very correct that during my hardship from IPIT, General Mkhwanazi was a person supporting and next to me because he was not also in support of what is happening in IPIT when it comes to state capture. So now when I'm reporting this, he was also happy that someone could stand up against the state capture. So he is correct that I ran to him and share my frustration.
So in your belief, were you unfairly treated when you were not appointed, or the processes were fair and you were excluded on merits?
The post that I was unfairly treated, when I left IPIT, then I was outside government. Then at some stage, there was a post advertised in the SAPS. Then I applied. When I applied for that post, I was invited for an interviews. Then I became number 1 to that post. I was recommended for the post. Then while I was waiting for an appointment letter, Paul O'Sullivan sent an email to the then National Commissioner, General Stoll. And in that email, he's saying, you dare appoint that man, Nkabinde. and he copied me in that email. Then at the bottom of the email, he wrote to me, Nkabinde, how do you think I would miss this? Because I told you I won't let my eyes off you. So that means, according to Paul O'Sullivan, I must suffer for the rest of my life while he's still alive. So that's what happened. And indeed, I was not appointed based on one email from Paul O'Sullivan. The way is so powerful.
Okay.
Can we just request SC, because it's now Honorable Nomvalo's time to ask questions. The camera can't locate him because he's sitting right behind you. It's just 1 minute, don't worry. Are counting your time in light years, not in minutes.
Can I proceed, Chair? Well, I forgot to ask you, should I address you as Mr. Nkabinde?
Yes.
I'm asking because the issue of titles is very important. Someone came in here as a professor. When we went for lunch, he was a doctor. When we finished, he was a Mrs. So it's very important that I capture your title accurately. Now, you are saying Paul O'Sullivan wrote an email to the National Commissioner.
Yes.
Who is this Paul O'Sullivan? Because even General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, when he came here, he spoke about him. What is his interest in SAPS? Does he play any official role in SAPS?
He does not play any role in SAPS, but is in charge. Because he can send one email and everything stopped.
So
I even, through you, Chair, I even took that matter to Labour Court. That how on earth an outsider send one email, and I've got all the proof that I got the post. I'm recommended for the post. How on earth an outsider send one email and my appointment is stopped? And while that Labour case is going on, it was when Minister Mkhunu appointed me. Then I had to then withdraw that post because it was a lower post anyway.
So according to your understanding, what triggers his interest in SAPS operations as an outsider? Why is he so interested?
There's a long history because the report that we are referring to in this house, it also implicates him. In fact, that is a report that I was reporting what McBride and Paul O'Sullivan are doing. So I know they just hate me with passion.
Okay.
Including Sesogo,
Yeah.
the one that is with IDEC.
Did you ever have a relationship with Paul O'Sullivan?
No, not at all. He was working with us.
Well, what do you mean working with you? Because he is not. He does not have any official responsibility, right, at SAPS.
That was exactly what I was reporting. He was leading us, but from outside.
Did he ever, besides the influence that he had on the position that you applied for, notwithstanding that influence, did he ever have any influence in SAPS?
Not.
Did he ever influence anything, despite what you have mentioned?
Not only in SAPS, he's running IPID, he's running SAPS, he's running NPA. You know what General Mkhwanazi is reporting? about the state capture.
Mm.
This is a real state capture
Mm.
because even the docket, if the docket involves Paul O'Sullivan, there are two dockets are there lying dust in the NPA.
Mm.
In fact, it was even removed from a black prosecutor.
Mm. So did he ever? I'm trying to connect
And
some
sorry,
dots.
When we talk about this thing,
Mm.
I become very emotional. What is happening between me and Mkhwanazi,
Mm.
because I was fighting this with him.
Mm. So you were fighting this interference,
Yes,
this
with him.
undue interference
Yes.
by Paul O'Sullivan.
Me and Mkhwanazi, we are one WhatsApp group. So I don't know what is, maybe I'm in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Mm.
Because these are the things that, even what he's reporting now, these are the things that me and him are fighting, state capture.
But what I'm trying to understand here, Mr. Nkabinde, is how does he successfully interferes in SAP's operations? Does he has people that he works with in SAPS? Is he connected to some influential people who just take instructions from him? And if so, who are those people?
Yeah, he works with very senior people in SAPS in such a way that even with that appointment, my appointment, they leaked it to him. He even wrote there that I know about an imminent appointment of Nkabinde. Then you dare appoint him. So now how does he even got internal documents.
So do you know who he works with at SAPS? Can you specify people with whom he has been working to influence SAPS operations?
Not really, but it shows that because he knows everything in SAPS. But you wouldn't specifically say this did what when.
Okay. So while you were still working for IPIT, did you ever get any instruction from him? Or did he ever try to influence you to take a particular position?
Yes, he was giving us instruction.
How was he?
He was in charge of us.
How was he giving you instructions? Was he calling you, or he was coming to your offices, or he was sending you SMSs? How did it happen?
He come to the office, he hold meetings with us to tell us what to do. At some stage, he will go and interview our witnesses, portraying as if he worked for IPID. Having our letterhead of IPID, he will just call you to come and sign, and it's done everything.
Yeah, because you know what I'm trying to understand here is how does an outsider who does not work for SAPS how does he has so much influence in SAPS operations? Where is he getting those powers from? I mean, it means the system is very loose at SAPS. Anybody can just go in and call staff members and invite them to a meeting. Is it loose to that extent that anyone like myself, I can just go to any SAPS offices here or IPIT offices and say, guys, let's meet in the boardroom, let's have a meeting and give you instructions?
Yeah, no, they are in charge. He is in charge.
But where does he get those powers from? Because for you to be in charge, you must get powers from somewhere.
Hey, we don't know. Maybe this, at least now, it's revealed now to the higher authority in Parliament.
So
Because this thing was never even attended to. My report was never even interrogated, except that Minister Cele used it not to renew his contract. But the allegation, they were never dealt with. In fact, I'm the one who's suffering outside. That even when I've got an opportunity to get a job, Paul O'Sullivan will send one email to stop me. Now, it means even this appointment, I only got it because it was a hierarchy from a political office. He could not stop it.
Yeah, so what you are saying here is that you were not appointed because of his influence
Yes, one email.
to the National Commissioner.
Yes,
So the National Commissioner acted in accordance with the instructions of Paul O'Sullivan.
yes.
Okay. So did he ever influence a dismissal of anybody or a removal from any position of any person who ever worked for SAPS?
Yeah, that was the project that we were in, which is part of what I was reporting. The project was to make sure that General Pahlane does not get appointed as a permanent national commissioner. He was an acting national commissioner by then.
No, wait. So when you are saying it's a project that you were in, do you also involve yourself in that project?
Hence, I reported it, yes.
So you were a group that was plotting against General Pahlane.
We were in that task team that were plotting with an instruction of McBride and Paul O'Sullivan.
So how were you plotting? Were you holding physical meetings or?
Physical meetings and how we're gonna do it. That's why I ended up reporting this. It was against my conscience, but destroying people. Then Pahlane was then suspended. Motiba came in as an acting national commissioner. We go for him.
So tell me, why was Pahlane a target?
The main thing was that there was no permanent national commissioner. Pahlane was acting.
Yeah, sorry, because I also want to move with you. If you don't mind, and if you can remember, can you cite times, years and months to say at this time we plotted, at this time we did this and that, so that we can move together? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it was a year 2017 where we were busy with plotting to remove Pahlane. He was an acting national commissioner. The main reason, Paul O'Sullivan wanted McBride to become a national commissioner. So we were targeting everyone who occupied that seat. Because Paul O'Sullivan wanted McBride, it's like in IP, powers are limited. So McBride must become a national commissioner. So the project was to remove everyone in that seat.
Yeah, because my recollection is that, well, I might be wrong because it happened some time ago. My recollection is that Pahlane was suspended.
Yes.
And part of the reasons for his suspension was an issue of blue lights and I think a sound system.
Sound system.
There was a story about blue lights and the sound system. Those are the reasons. So I'm trying to now weigh those reasons with what you are saying, against what you are saying, because you are saying he was suspended because you guys plotted against him. And then what was reported in the public domain are the reasons which I've outlined. So were those reasons fabricated?
Yes.
How were they fabricated?
We created a scenario where we have a search and seizure to go to his house to look for the sound system that he bought. But the aim was not about sound system. The aim was to come with the media. Acting National Commissioner's home was raided, so that the president will have no choice but to remove him.
So you came with the media.
Yeah, the media was plotting with us.
So you plotted with some journalists.
Yes.
And then the other story of Blue Lights.
No, the other story, Blue Light, it was after he was not even already. He was already removed.
He was
Yeah,
removed.
it was other.
But it
ongoing-
also implicated him.
It also implicated him, and in that Blue Light, the target was him, because they were looking for him in all angles. Even the Blue Light story was part of that.
So the gist of all of this was a power struggle.
The gist of all this is to usurp power in the criminal justice system, because our targets were in different departments: NPA, SSA, IP, SAPS, all of those. The plan was there, how those people have to be targeted so that they would get removed.
Now, you said you were plotting. So I assume that you were plotting as a group. Are you in a position to mention other people who were part of that group that was plotting against
I
Bashar?
can give one example, just one example here in my report. In one paragraph here, it was a well-known fact that Mr. Robert McBride wanted to become a national commissioner, and he was telling some members of task team that he was considered for the post.
Sorry, before you go on, we are talking about a task team here. Was it a factional task team or it was an official task team? Is it a task team that you established yourself in pursuit of what you wanted to achieve, or it was a task team of SAPS, an official task team?
Now remember, this is IP.
I mean, sorry, of
This is
IP.
IP.
Yes.
Then McBride
Yes.
established a task team. Then he recruited us from different offices to become
So
a national task team.
he established a factional group.
Yes,
So you were part of a factional group.
yes.
Okay.
And
no.
we even the name of that group, it was a Pahlane task team.
So the name, did you have documents? I don't understand. What do you mean the name? Did you have founding documents of this factional group? Where was it termed, or you had a WhatsApp group?
Yeah, but we were reporting directly to McBride.
So you had a WhatsApp group.
Yes.
That's where you were plotting. So that's where this name was written, Pahlane Group. I mean,
The
Pahlane.
name of the group, yeah.
The name of the group was Pahlane.
Task team.
Pahlane Task Team.
Yeah, because the task team was established solely for him.
No, Chair, I think we'll make a submission, but I think it's very important that we invite General Pahlane to come to the committee. Yeah, you can carry on. I interrupted you while you were still speaking.
I was just want to make one example in this paragraph that there was a meeting that took place at Mr. Paul O'Sullivan's house. This house was a former house of a well-known Rondoville creature, whereby Mr. Paul O'Sullivan was chairing this meeting. And among other people present in this meeting, it was Mr. McBride, Mr. Nhlanhla from IPID. He was with our task team, the late Nhlanhla, Mr. Cedrick Nkabinde, myself, Sarah Jane Trent, She was a Paul O'Sullivan assistant. A white lady called Candice from Crime Intelligence. Mr. Cedrick Nkabinde, a former Gauteng Hawks boss. 2 white males, representative from AfriForum and from DA. And a white lady as a journalist. The main purpose of this meeting was to plot how to bring down Nhlanhla to ensure that he was not confirmed as a national commissioner. AfriForum representatives guaranteed that the funds were available to carry out this mission. And Paul O'Sullivan...
Sorry, I'm sorry for interrupting you. You forgot to mention the year. When was that? 20...
This report is 28 April 2018.
2018, when you were about to leave IPINT.
Yes, so this probably towards the end of 2017.
Or towards the end of 2017, okay.
The main purpose of the said meeting was to plot how to bring down Nhlanhla to ensure that he was not confirmed as a national commissioner. AfriForum representative guaranteed that the funds were available to carry out this mission. And Paul O'Sullivan was responsible of spying on Nhlanhla to find anything. The meeting sought to plot how to usurp power of the entire security cluster, NPA, Crime Intelligence, SSA, DPSI, and specific individuals were identified from the above mentioned department to be targeted, the purpose of which was their removal from the same position. Mr. McBride gave assurance that IPID will go after them and Paul O'Sullivan will be a spy on them.
Okay, no. Can you do me a favor, Mr. Nkabinde? If you can summarize, because there are some questions which I want to ask you, and I'm afraid I'm running out of time. The gist of that meeting, even if you don't read word by word. So the gist of the meeting was to establish a plan to get rid of Nhlanhla.
Yes.
And in that meeting, you identified Paul O'Sullivan as a person who is going to spy.
Yes.
On Nhlanhla.
Yes.
So that was the first meeting of that formation.
That was the first item. The other item was to identify other role players in other departments.
Yes. So what was a common interest here against Nhlanhla of these people? What was a common interest against Nhlanhla and in favor of McBride? Why was Nhlanhla not preferred, and why was McBride preferred?
Because Nhlanhla did not comply with Paul O'Sullivan. So Paul O'Sullivan could not control Nhlanhla.
Whereas he could control McBride.
Yes.
Okay. And then ultimately, the goal was achieved because Nhlanhla was suspended.
Yes.
So according to your evidence, the reason why Nhlanhla was suspended is because of this plot.
Yes.
And nothing else.
Yes.
And everything else which was reported was fabricated.
Yeah, that's why he has never been arrested on those things.
Okay. And then
that is why allegations are very dangerous if not proven. Because we have people like Nhlanhla now who they lost all their livelihood. So it's very important to prove allegation and test them.
So with this blue light case, they were just fueling a plot which was already in existence.
So that there will be more halabaloo.
So which company was supplying blue lights?
I can't remember. Instrumental Law something.
Yeah. Were they charged? That company?
Yes.
Were they formally charged?
Yes.
Do you know where the case is now in terms of progress? Is there anyone who was arrested,
They are
prosecuted?
going court even
Yep.
now.
Yes,
Yeah.
but no one has been arrested.
No, they were arrested. They are appearing in courts now.
Or they have not been convicted.
They are not been convicted as yet.
Okay. And then when the NDPP was here, I asked her about her relationship with Paul O'Sullivan. And I asked if she knows Paul O'Sullivan. And then she said in her reply, she doesn't know Paul O'Sullivan. She only hears about him. Subsequently, I asked her about a case. I think we got some information somewhere that Paul O'Sullivan was once charged and prosecuted, but charges were later withdrawn. But let us start here. According to your knowledge, is Paul O'Sullivan also interfering with the NPA?
Yes.
Do you know who is his link in the NPA?
No, I don't have a specific individual, but why I'm saying that, it's because a case against Paul O'Sullivan, it gets stuck in the NPA.
Okay, so the case for which he was charged and prosecuted related to what?
It's related to what I'm reading out in this report.
He misrepresented himself as an IP employee.
All those things, yes.
Yes. Do you know?
And he was charged, and McBride was charged, and the case was withdrawn to get a racketeering certificate, which is up until now. Instead, it was removed from another prosecutor to the other, but it does not come back to court.
Yeah, because
over 5 years now.
Because we requested the NDPP when she was here to tender a progress report in that regard, and we were patiently waiting for that report. But do you know who was the prosecutor of the case? Who was dealing with the case?
Yes, I know.
What is his name?
Advocate Mashego.
Is he still working for the NPA?
I think so. At DPP's office.
So he's the one who was handling the case.
Yes. And the investigating officer of that case is Major General. He's now acting as a divisional commissioner here in the head office subs.
Yes. So, according the chair is saying I'm running out of time. I so wish I can have 4 hours with you today, because there is more information that you are giving. The last one. Do you think Paul O'Sullivan has a funding that he gets somewhere which agitates him to have this uncontrollable appetite on issues of subs, or he's just being flamboyant for no ultimate benefit? Can you give a response? I won't come back. Thank you very much.
It's written in this report that he do have fundings from overseas.
So the funding is specifically for the task that he is pursuing.
Yes.
To interfere with the work of subs of the justice cluster.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Skosana,
Thank you, Chair.
6 minutes past 6. Your time expires.
Thank you, Chair. Once again, good afternoon, Mr. Nkabinde. Now, I must say that what you just testify about here, though we know we're still probing, we still say these are allegations. But indeed, I want to give General Mkhwanazi a salute that today you've spoken about the issue of the state capture. that the state capture, the real state capture, is now. Am I right?
Yes.
Quite scary that there was a task team which was established, in particular to focus on the former acting National Commissioner General Patlane.
Yes.
I understand that, as you said, this thing makes you emotional, and being a target as well. You risk your life as well today by revealing names here. And I want to thank you for your bravery, that it takes a man to do what you have done just now. The issue of Paul O'Sullivan, who were told that he's got many passports, am I right?
Yes.
Now, I think SAPS must arrest that man with immediate effect. Now, I'm going to start by saying to you, when the boss of IDEC was here, Advocate Andrew Johnson, I posed a lot of questions, and I think I'm going to do that to you today. Do you believe that there's an Indian cabal at IDEC?
I can't be sure of that because I've never interacted with them or worked with them.
Do you know Parumel?
Yeah, there is a chief of Perumal.
Yes.
Yeah, there is there. Right.
Do you know Beluch? What is it? Beluchun?
Chan, yes.
Sunij?
Yes, he's there.
What is your relationship with them? Are they rogue? Because there was an issue with Advocate Patoi, that he was very sensitive that we should not use those words loosely. But what we receive, let me just make a disclaimer. I sit in the Police Portfolio Committee. There's a lot of people who are sending us their frustrations, like they are sending to you, as you said, almost 100. Am I right?
Yes.
Now, this so-called inverted comma alleged Indian cabal works with a prosecutor called Advocate Tyler Chabalala. Do you know him?
No, I don't know him.
You don't know Tyler?
Yeah. Not by name.
I'm sorry?
I know the name, but I don't know him.
Okay. Now, in your submission, what made you leave IPID?
I left IPID after my after I blew a whistle. Then I got victimized, and subsequently I was offered a settlement agreement.
In your submission, remember you said that you were used by Minister Peggy Cele, and the Portfolio Committee did not renew McBride, as an IPID executive director. Can you elaborate on this?
The contract of I left IPID 19 September 2018, and the contract of McBride was due to expire the following year, February.
Yes.
So now the process of renewing a contract of the executive director, it has to go to the Portfolio Committee and go and be confirmed in the National Assembly. The minister should motivate why he recommend the renewal and why he's not intending to renew. So those are the motivation. The minister, former Minister Peggy Cele, he submitted to Portfolio Committee that he's not intending to renew And one of his reasons, then he used this report. And that report was deliberated in the portfolio committee. The portfolio committee issued a report that they are not intending to renew, and the report was adopted in the National Assembly.
Now, you said McBride and O'Sullivan hate you with passion. Can you summarize it for us? Why?
Because of this report.
The one which
The
you...
report I sent to Begitele reporting all of their unethical conduct. Because in this report, it was not an anonymous. I wrote that it comes from me.
You mentioned that there's 2 cases registered against McBride and O'Sullivan. Which other 2 cases which are gathering dust? What is the status as we speak now with those 2 cases which you mentioned?
It's quiet about it.
What are those cases? Do you know? Do you have an idea?
Yeah, the other one will be corruption, defeating ends of justice, and so forth. The one that where Paul O'Sullivan was impersonating as an IP officer and all that against Pahlane. That is the one. The other one, it was in respect of the meeting that I was alluding here, where one of a former Hawks boss, Mokoteti, he registered a treason case, which also that case was nowhere to be seen.
So in other words as well, we have to have another witness, but I guess we have that chair of Prince Mokotedi. It's been mentioned many times, and I guess we have to have him with General Pahlane here. Because your role in these cases was that task team where you plotted to have Pahlane not getting a permanent appointment as a national commissioner, am I right?
That's correct.
Who idea was this?
Paul O'Sullivan was spearheading it, and McBride.
Now, was the minister aware of this?
No, I don't think so. Minister Begitele.
Was not aware of this.
No, he was not.
So it was a clandestine operation within SAPS.
Yes.
You've mentioned General Esibia. Was he then the Hawk boss, or was he was he at national level? As you said 2018, he was not a deputy at that time. I guess he was with the province at that time, am I right?
No, he was at municipality.
So he was plotting whilst he was working for the city of Johannesburg?
Yes, he was not in the police.
Wow. Now, you've mentioned a DA member and an AfriForum member who attended your meeting at one of the most notorious gang star who I think is still serving his sentence. Am I right? Then who is that house belonging to the state, or there's somebody, there's a family there of Cajun, if I'm right about the name?
It's now Paul O'Sullivan's house.
No, this is a mafia state.
That's the question again, Honorable Skosana. I'll give
No, I will. I will, Chair.
I'll give you 30 seconds. Ask the question again.
I ask, Chair, this house, as we speak, somebody is serving a sentence in that house. And if my memory serves me well, we were told that house was auctioned.
Yes.
Am I right, Mr. Nkabinde?
Yes, that's correct.
So the guy who bought the house is Paul O'Sullivan.
Yes, that's correct.
Are you happy, Chair?
Whose house is this house you are asking the witness about?
It was Ketcher's house the one who was arrested, who's serving a prison sentence,
The fugitive.
a fugitive, which now confirms that even Paul O'Sullivan is a fugitive with those passports he possesses. Hence, Chair, I'm short of adjectives of how to describe these revelations which we are getting now here. Now, as I said earlier to you, that Advocate Johnson, I posed a few questions to her. Hence, I'm asking you because you were with IPAD. At least you are 3 in 1. You were with IPAD, IPID, and you had the IDEC, and now as a chief of staff of the Minister Mkhwanazi, am I right?
No, I've never been with IDEC.
So you never been IDEC, so you have been IPID all the time.
SAPS and IPID. By the time IPID guys moved to IDEC, I was already outside.
Oh, okay. Now, in your view, what measures can we, as lawmakers, to help SAPS with all what you told us today, that you have meetings? Hence, I was asking you if you remember the issue, those members, if you know them from AfriForum and the DA. Do you know those members? Are they top echelons in their structures?
Not really. They were just introduced like that.
But they were introduced as a DA member in that. And remember, we have Roke as well, a journalist. You said there was a journalist there.
Yes.
Perhaps, do you have the name?
No, I don't have a name. It was a white lady.
How I wish that we had pictures, because as I have mentioned some of them here, Karen Morgan, Marian Tam, Paul van Veek, and you say it was a female, am I right?
Female white, yes.
Yeah, I think, I'm not sure whether we can do that. There's cameras in that house, in Bedford View, am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, this unethical conduct, is it for the first time we are reporting this to this ad hoc committee?
Yeah, it is the first time someone is listening to me about them.
But you did try to raise an alarm on these matters.
Hence, hence the report was sent to the minister.
Which minister?
Minister Begicele.
So Begicele did nothing about this?
I did nothing except use it not to renew the contract.
Your contract?
No, he only used this report not to renew McBride's contract, but he never done anything about it. It's the first time I talk about it. The only thing I know about this report is that I lost my job.
Now, if you remember the issue of the blue light, that contract which some few generals were arrested, am I right?
That's correct.
In your view, I think there was a police, a provincial commissioner, Tilang, in that blue light issue, am I right?
That's correct.
And there was General Mkhwanazi in that arrest, am I right? There were about 8 or 9 or more. And General Patlane was a target, am I right?
That's it.
Because of this position which he perhaps would have been appointed for if there was no Patlane task team.
That's it.
I hope the president is listening. That in this country, at the top echelons, in 2017, 2018, 2019, the state capture was indeed in a swing. And the media as well, whoever was there as well, because we know that they sponsored views poisoning our society. We are quite aware of that. Now, when did you last spoke to McBride?
I last spoke to him during my last day of work, 19 September 2018.
So, in your statement here, who's Mr. Temane Binang?
He was part of the task team. Now he works for IDEC
He was part of the task team.
team.
And he was working for,
He was part of partner task team.
yeah, what I'm saying, was he working for SAPS or was he
No,
working for?
the task team was for IP task team.
Okay. Now, you've mentioned as well SSA, if I listen to you carefully. Who, are you comfortable to give us the name? Because you've mentioned Mr. Sisoko from IP, am I right? Before you went to IDEC. And you mentioned Mr. Kuba,
Yes.
who was able to stop this investigation, am I right?
Yes, they were the heads.
Mr. Kuba, where is Mr. Kuba? Is he still with IP?
Yes.
And Sisoko is IDEC, am I right?
Yes.
Now, there was a meeting which shortly before the African National Congress, in your statement, African National Congress conference, and they wanted to procure a crime intelligence equipment costing 45 million, which will be used during the conference. And however, that did not, that procurement did not succeed. Am I right?
Yes.
What was the plan? What was why was the police wanted to procure that equipment for the African National Congress conference, in your view?
No, the guy Nhlanhla, Brigadier Nhlanhla, was part of that meeting. He mentioned that a grabber worth 7 million, they were pushed to buy it for 45 million. That's what he said. And then Mr. McBride then said the rest of the money was planned to be used for the conference.
Of the ANC.
Yes.
In other words, they wanted to inflate the invoice of that equipment.
Because in that meeting, a special advisor of the then Minister of Police, he was part of that meeting, a special advisor of Nhlanhla, who was the Minister of Police by then.
So the special advisor of the current Secretary General of the ANC was involved in these shenanigans.
Was part of that meeting, yes.
Now, if you remember very, very, very well, I think as we speak here, General Vuma is still suspended. Am I right?
That's correct.
Why was she suspended? Do you know? Can you share maybe a minute if you know?
I think it's part of that that procurement. I'm not sure.
Now, the plan was to use one Brigadier Nhlanhla. Is he still with the police as well?
I think it's been dismissed.
Because he's the one who was supposed to influence this procurement.
Yes.
I mean, procuring this machine. And Petle and yourself, you were supposed to fabricate a statement. Am I right?
Correct.
To achieve what?
To remove Mothiba